we're living in the moment, the moment. So don't look back, it's a long, long road ahead, a long, long road ahead.
Hello, and welcome back to Better Buddies. I'm your host, RJ. With us this week, it's Tanner.
Howdy.
And John.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Our Better Buddies icebreaker. What is your most impressive go-to meal that you can cook?
Maybe chicken tikka masala.
Ooh.
Like, it's not that hard to make, but I don't know. It feels like something that would be hard to make from scratch, but it's really not.
Tanner, I'm a white man. It has words that have letters and combinations that are not common in my language, and thus it's very impressive.
Look, I am also very white. Like, so white that I can't...
And the fact that you've broken that
gardens...
that
I can't
ethnic and cultural barrier to cook this dish that has letters in organized ways that I don't personally know how to utilize is so much more impressive.
Like, I'm so white, I can't even eat garden salsa sun chips because they're too spicy.
I forgot about that.
That's
I also didn't realize you couldn't get that far with a sun chip. There's no spice in a garden salsa sun chip, Tanner. It's just tomato flavored.
Will have you know there's jalapeno powder as, like, the third to last ingredient.
Really?
Yes.
So it's the third to last smallest amount of the thing.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
And okay, so it wasn't that they're like too spicy for me. I don't like them, to be clear. I could eat them, but I don't like them. But it was like I had someone poured a bowl of sun chips, and I didn't know what sun chips they were, and I grabbed one, and I was like, oh, like it tingled on my tongue a little bit, and it's like, oh, these are a little bit spicy.
They're a little
And the
zesty.
two people I was with were like, what the fuck? No, it's not. But then they grabbed the bag and looked at the bag, and the third to last ingredient was jalapeno powder.
Maybe you're allergic to something.
You're allergic to capsaicin.
Like, to be clear, they are not like super spicy. It was just like a little tiny tingling on the tongue.
A little
that
zest.
Other sun chips don't provide.
A zing.
But
a pop.
I still don't like it.
A little razzle-dazzle. But chicken tikka masala, you're cool.
Yep. There's no like capsaicin in that.
Unless you put it in.
Yeah, unless you put it in.
I was gonna rattle off the recipe I got in my like slow cooker cookbook, but I'm realizing that's probably not anywhere close to authentic.
Oh?
It's just like heavy cream, tomato paste, and garlic. And then you can add jalapenos if you want. And
I mean, yeah, pretty much. You add the garam masala is like the spice you put in there, but it's not a hot spice.
It's a flavor spice.
And you can just get that all together, already blended, right?
Yeah.
You can, but I don't.
Okay.
You make your own spice mix?
Oh, the garam masala I get all blended together, but like I don't. I thought you meant the sauce. You can get the sauce all blended together already.
Yeah, you can do that too. I meant the spice mix, but
Okay.
It's not that many spices either. You could definitely just make it.
Yeah, I probably could, but I don't. I have just a jar of garam masala.
I don't know why.
I'm probably saying that wrong.
No, I think you're saying it right. That's why I've heard it. So it could still be wrong, but I have not heard it pronounced differently so far in my life.
Good enough for Wisconsin, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, we're out here in the Midwest. We're cooking with our garam masala. It's an impressive spice mix from far off India.
Tell us more.
So I went on vacation to California, and we ended up at the wrong place. And this is what they had. They looked like a pretty ethnic place, and I asked if they had anything that wasn't too spicy. And this is what they sold me, was chicken tikka something. This is what they said it was cooked with. It's pretty good. I dip my potato chips in it.
That would be honestly really good.
Yeah, probably.
It would.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with like any recipe right now for whatever reason that's like, oh, use this, and this spice. I immediately am like, this is too many spices. I will not be cooking this. Not because I don't like the flavors. I just don't want to have to go out and buy spices and then have them sit on my shelf for forever.
Yeah. It's kind of got to be something that you're actively using.
Like,
or commonly using.
yeah, I've got pepper, salt, and garlic salt.
You need a couple more spices than that.
Do I? I got cinnamon. And I think I have paprika too.
Okay, paprika's good. I would.
What
I
did
keep
add it to?
okay. I know I just talked about how I don't like spicy things, but another thing that's not inherently spicy is curry powder. I keep some
isn't
curry
it?
powder on hand as well. Okay,
Oh.
Too much curry powder can be spicy, like a hot spicy, but not usually. And if you cut it with a little lime juice, it's not spicy at all.
I'm gonna have to try some of this out because I did use some of my paprika a couple weeks ago. I made a breakfast pizza, and I used the paprika with the soft scramble eggs that I put on, and I think I sprinkled a little bit onto the pizza itself as well. Yeah,
That sounds nice. The main ingredient in curry powder is turmeric, which is famously non-flavored.
really.
Yeah, it's
Huh.
I guess good for your teeth, and it'll turn everything yellow. But it's yeah, that's like the main ingredient in curry powder.
Interesting.
And like I knew it had the color with it and that it would stain things. I didn't realize it didn't have flavor.
Yeah, not a strong one anyway. Like if you just like cook your rice with turmeric, it just kind of tastes like rice.
So is the color desirable? Like, is that why
It can make it look kind of pretty, but like it is
It has a lot of
apparently
health benefits.
yeah, it's apparently good for you. It's good for teeth specifically, I think, and probably other things, but
A lot of vitamins.
I think it's most known for teeth.
I've been trying to think of what my most impressive go-to meal I can cook is. I think it's my ravioli bake at this point.
That is a good impressive meal, and not necessarily impressive like fancy, but like impressive of like I wouldn't have expected this to work, but it works so well and it tastes
It's
really
so
good.
good. And I've been tinkering with it to be able to add more stuff to it, which it's doable, but I think you need more sauce because some of the stuff I've been adding in will soak up the liquid.
Mm.
And I'm sure I've talked about this before, but it's a very basic ravioli bake. You layer in sauce, ravioli, meatballs, cheese, more sauce, ravioli, meatballs, sauce, cheese. Put some foil over top of it, throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, take the foil off, put it back in for another 20 minutes, and it's delicious.
You don't have to pre-cook the ravioli at all. You
Nope.
Just
grab
chuck
some
it in
frozen
there.
ravioli, chuck it in the pan.
Steams.
It's like a lasagna, but with ravioli.
I've been tinkering with vegetables adding, and then also putting in different meat. I tried chicken one time.
Mm.
And the chicken is the one that I think really kind of screwed up, because I tried doing the meatballs and chicken, and I also did mushrooms at the same time, and I think the chicken absorbed a lot of the sauce. Because that was also the one I tried to do. I've also been finding that the cream-based sauces don't boil the same way, and don't like cook the same way as like basic marinara. So you almost need a little bit more of it to get a thorough coating. Oh my god, I just had a brain blast. okay, this recipe, but swap out the marinara for Alfredo. And then, instead of the meatballs, do bacon, spinach, tomato, and onion.
Okay,
And maybe mushroom.
that sounds good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. I'm going to do this sometime. I'm going to report back.
Get it on the list.
The other thing I was debating about, because it's been a new thing I've been obsessed with tinkering with right now, is my sheet pan crunch wrap. You just take burrito-sized tortillas, layer them on a sheet pan, or you spray the sheet pan with like cooking spray or whatever to do nonstick. Throw it on your tortillas, layer it like a crunch wrap supreme, and then fold the tortillas over the top. At the end, you might need an extra one in the middle on the top layer to like get everything covered up. Spray with more cooking spray and put another sheet pan on top to help keep it pressed down. Throw it in the oven for 10 minutes at 400 degrees. Pull it out, take the top one off, put it back in for another 5 to 10 minutes. I do not recommend using sour cream in your crunch wrap layers, though, because I tried it on my most recent one, and I accidentally made cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, sour cream doesn't seem like an in the oven kind of thing.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
you'd have to be in a pan, like frying like a typical crunch wrap, because it really did just turn into like a soft cheese.
I wonder what cheese that would be closest to.
The texture was very similar to like the cotija like crumbly cheese, like almost like a feta,
Interesting.
but with like zero flavor. And I've been doing these as vegetarian so far, but I found at the store the other day that a tube of ground chicken is like $2 to $3 for a pound, and which is much better than the like $7 or $8 for ground beef. So I'm gonna pick some of that up sometime and try it out. And I have been using taco seasoning on that.
Nice.
John?
Yeah, the price of ground beef has kind of really discouraged me from cooking this summer.
Oh my god, it's nuts! Especially like now that I actually have to cook for myself. Oh my god. I've been doing black beans as my like protein replacement.
Okay. Yeah, I've been really bad the last couple of months, not like making anything that doesn't come out of a can or is like frozen.
Yeah, well, especially with the produce being as infested as it is. It's like,
Yeah.
great, I can't eat lettuce.
I've kind of just been risking that.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably mostly fine. But,
So I've mostly just been making soup and like frozen pizzas or stuff this summer.
hell yeah.
I need to get back in the swing of cooking.
That I haven't done a ton of cooking, but that French toast.
Oh.
French toast, I made quite a lot of that.
What's your French toast?
I got a fancy bread at the farmer's market that was like a lemon strawberry bread, and it made
Oh.
excellent French toast.
Oh,
Oh. See, and at the grocery store, they had some, like, not low sugar creamer, Twix flavored creamer on sale that, like, they were trying to get rid of. And I was like, oh, I know our mutual college friend Skylar, who's been on the show in ages past, he has a French toast recipe where instead of milk for the French toast dip, he will use creamer, like flavored creamer, to impart some flavor to the French toast. So I really want to do that. But I've also been debating, I was going to make my sheet pan pancakes, and instead of using water, using the creamer.
It'd be quite tasty.
I think it will be, but we're going to have to see if they turn out.
For sure. I've heard if you put sugar into the mixture for French toast, it can burn.
Yeah.
And that's unpleasant, but if Skylar does it and
Well,
he enjoys
like-
it, then like it's probably fine.
I'm trying to remember. I know my family has like a French toast way we'll make that's like you dip it, throw it in a sheet pan, and then throw it in the oven. And that because of whatever the dip mixture is, it almost like caramelizes. Because a while back, my mom did like a brunch, and it was that and she homemade some orange butter for it. And it was it was just delicious.
I need to eat more French toast. Kind of a French toast hater.
It's good,
you
but
don't-
it's futzy.
You don't have to use like bread for it either. I mean, use
What?
like a bread, but it doesn't have to be bread. Like there's
Elaborate.
a restaurant that I have gone to that has like maybe some of my favorite French toast that uses like lemon poppy seed cake
Oh.
as the French toast base, and it's so good. And they put like fresh berries on top. Oh,
Yo, do a pound cake
Amazing.
French toast?
yeah, or like you could probably use a muffin.
Ooh. Oh man, this is changing the game. Cinnamon
Yeah.
roll French toast? Slice up a cinnamon roll? Time to do some
Yeah.
experimentation.
Absolutely, just like take your mostly bread-like carbs and make French toast out of them.
Take your carbohydrate-based substrate.
Yes.
Hang on, I'm trying to cook. So what if tortillas, right? You French toast some tortillas and layer them up almost like a cake.
I don't think a tortilla is gonna French toast very well.
I've got it. I figured it out. Okay. Take a bread pan, right?
Okay.
Dip the like you're gonna use flour tortillas, dip them in the French toast, and then like layer them into the bread tin and pour in a little bit of extra dip every so often to keep it like moist, and bake that sucker. Yeah, that'll turn out.
What's
That-
the presentation on that?
That
Who
could
cares
that
about
could be very
presentation?
good.
It's delicious.
Like, does everybody get their own tortilla after? Or is it?
Oh, I think it's almost like a loaf.
Yeah, it'd be like you could like maybe cut it apart like a cake.
Yeah, so it's almost like a bunch of thin layers.
Okay, for some reason
Yeah.
I was picturing you like hanging the tortillas on the edges and like leaving most of the pan empty. Like having a void in the middle, you just have everything around the edge.
Ooh,
But I
ooh.
understand.
That gives me an idea, and that is like kind of do that with like the French toast, the tortillas in the pan where it's like making a crust around it, and then turn it into like a pie.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, that sounds really good.
I don't know if that would work out very well or not. I'll leave that up to you guys.
Progress requires experimentation.
This is true.
John, what's your most impressive go-to meal you can cook?
So I'm struggling with the parameters of impressive and go-to here because I'll really only put in like effort to make something special if it's more than just me eating.
Yeah,
So-
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's not a go-to, but of the things I'll make for myself, my dad has a chili recipe that I make, which is
Ooh.
still pretty easy. It's just
Yeah.
like beans, onions, green peppers, and ground beef. and
Hey, it's a
tomatoes.
good chili.
So easy to make, lasts for like 6 servings. So costs like $20 to make. Probably more these days.
But that's also, you can get a few solid meals out of it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So like doing that, have it with tortilla chips or cornbread.
I keep, like, that's one of the things that keeps stopping me with things like chili or soup, where I'm like, I could make this, but my brain is hardwired to make, like, 3 gallons worth, and I don't need 3 gallons worth of soup.
You want me to send you the recipe?
Sure.
It's already typed up. Okay.
Hell yeah. Just throw it in the chat. We can all have it.
Okay.
Actually, you do need 3 gallons worth of soup. I don't know if chili specifically, but if you like make a lot of soup, it freezes really well. You like make little cubes and freeze not like little cubes, but like serving sized cubes.
But then,
in,
Tanner,
like,
I have
dishes.
3 gallons of soup in my freezer and nothing else.
Well, yeah, but then you have soup ready to go. You just like stick it in the microwave for a couple minutes, and then you're good.
But all I'll
keeps
have
really
in
well
my
that
freezer
way.
is soup.
I don't see the problem here.
Where will I put my pizza?
You don't need pizza. You have soup.
No.
True.
No.
You can make some slopsicles.
What?
Yeah,
I'm not,
if you like
I'm not eating
you like-
soup popsicles.
if you like take the soup and you like put it in maybe a smaller thing and stick like a popsicle stick in there, you got like a savory popsicle, a slopsicle.
Well, why do that when I could use a breadstick? And then you can eat the breadstick.
Very intriguing. I like this.
The new dairy dessert in the frozen section. Slopsicles.
Oh, not dairy.
What?
It doesn't. I mean, I suppose it could be dairy. But it doesn't have to
Cream-based.
be dairy.
No, well, yeah, but in order to be in the dessert section, it has to be dairy based.
Is that true?
No, because popsicles aren't dairy. I'm fucking stupid.
You got me.
Well, if you talk anything fast enough, people can't process what it is you say. All right. Our next segment
Think
is
about how refreshing it would be to just have like a chicken broth popsicle right now.
okay. Well, hang on now. Time out.
That's cursed. That's cursed.
I'm actually more on board with a chicken broth popsicle than I am a soup popsicle. Like, I'm not putting a loaded baked potato into popsicle molds, but I'll put a chicken broth into a popsicle mold because that's basically just a salty popsicle.
Yeah, but if you do like a chicken noodle soup or like
No.
a curried chicken soup,
No,
that would be so good.
I don't want chunks in my popsicles unless they're fruit.
Yummy, yummy cold chicken chunks.
No, yuck. Ugh.
Go gadget, cold chicken chunks.
No, I'm
Sorry for interrupting.
No, I don't think you are.
I think it was a worthy contribution.
This episode's just gonna be called Slopsicles. Oh,
I may or may not have gotten that word from Mabim Bam.
I haven't listened to my Bim Bam since the pandemic, so
I mean, same, but it was an older episode. I got it from them, I think, during the pandemic.
that's because most of their stuff since the pandemic hasn't been that great.
I don't think I even went in their catalog. I don't think I even made it up to the pandemic. I made it 400 some episodes in. I'd started from the beginning.
I did the same, and I got to the pandemic, and I got about halfway through the pandemic and went, I can't fucking do this anymore because Travis has become the antithesis of everything I believe a creator should be.
That's too bad. Travis was very funny.
Was.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
unfortunate.
didn't help that he was also DMing the Adventure Zone at the same time, and somehow managed to become the worst actual play D&D in all of actual play reality, with the exception of anyone who's a genuine, legitimate criminal.
And they were, like, kind of the front runners, weren't they?
Yeah, that's what makes
The
it
adve-
such a sad downfall.
The Adventure Zone was really, really good. Like the first two arcs, really, really good. And like I think it has gone back and had like it's had good stuff since then. Just they lost a lot of listeners.
Yeah, because, like, they did the oh my god, was Graduation their third main arc?
I
Yes.
believe their third campaign, right?
Oh my god. Yeah, Graduation fucked it all up, and then they turned around after Graduation to have Griffin DM again, which I tried listening to a couple episodes of that, and I just couldn't, because for their fourth main campaign, they said, oh, we're gonna do a post-apocalypse campaign, basically. They played a game called The Quiet Year, which is a game where it's a cooperative map-making game. You start with a blank sheet of paper, and you have 1 year until a calamity happens. And using a deck of cards, you go through the 52 weeks of the year, and each card has like this is what's on like the deck of like the playing card, this is what the result is. So they collaborated on this, like, oh, there's this this big event at the end of the year is going to destroy civilization, and this is like, our campaign will be based on what happened after that. Except they'd already decided it was going to be an underwater-based campaign in like a Rapture-esque city, underwater city kind of thing. So no matter what they did, they had to end point at that result. Which basically kind of made the entire game they did beforehand, just kind of a little bit of a lore activity with no impact on the actual, like, stasis space or result of the campaign. And it just really did not bring a ton of people back. Word on the street is the Adventure Zone versus Dracula may be their best campaign since Amnesty, because they said, fuck it, make some random shit characters and we're gonna take you through the story of Dracula. And you're gonna fuck around.
I don't know. I liked the ocean-based one. I didn't like. I thought the point was it was just kind of a world-building thing in the beginning, and then yeah, it was just supposed to add lore and like a place for the characters to kind of come from.
I mean, like I said,
I like that. I can see why it might not be everyone's cup of tea. But then the one after that, where Justin DM'd in like the amusement park doing Knives in the Dark, where none of them really knew how to play Knives in the Dark, that one was a lot of fun.
Was it? Okay.
Yes, I liked that one a lot.
And then they shot themselves in the foot by having Travis come back and do Abnormals, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle-esque game set in a city where there were a bunch of mutant hero animals. But also, he didn't fix any of his worst DMing tendencies. And now they're doing a death match, like, elimination Squid Game style arc campaign. But the idea was that, like, everybody's wizards and everybody hyper-focuses on, like, one cantrip. But also, they're not really, like, the plot isn't the most coherent because of it, and like some of the choices being made aren't as good as they probably could have been.
The last one I listened to was the one that Justin DM'd. I haven't gone back to listen to anything since then, but I had fun with that one.
I haven't actually listened to anything since a few episodes into the actual campaign itself of Ether Sea. Like, I got past the quiet year portion and into a couple episodes in, and after like 2 to 4 episodes into Ether Sea where I was just like, I can't do this. By that point, I was listening to NADPOD and Dungeons and Daddies, and Dungeons and Daddy was scratching the itch of morons who don't know how to play TTRPGs.
There's only so much room in one's heart for D&D podcasts.
There really is. Yeah. Like, you can only follow so many. Well, and part of it too, right, is like, if one of them isn't good, and I've got a much better example of what I enjoy to listen to.
Yeah, why waste your time?
Yeah.
It's fair.
It didn't help either that was also about the same time that Adventuring Academy from Dropout / Dimension 20 featured Travis on, and you could just watch Brennan Lee Mulligan, like, being so patient and nice with just how absolutely wrong Travis was being.
Like, as a player?
Like, so Adventuring Academies was just Brennan, like, interviewing creatives in the D&D space about, like, the game and how they choose to play the game and decisions and, like, all that kind of stuff. And there was more than one point where, like, Travis is saying something and Brennan is just like, yeah, or like, Brennan would say something and Travis would be like, yeah, just like this, and then say a complete opposite thing. Whereas it's just like, oh, you have no clue, you have no self-awareness here. And Brennan, being a very gracious and kind, generous host, didn't, like, do what a lot of people were kind of hoping of, just ripping into him and saying, no, you're just wrong. because it was also right after graduation had ended, and everybody who was an Adventure Zone fan was like, this was the worst fucking shit, and they should have cut this campaign halfway through and just started something completely fresh, and instead decided they weren't going to listen to critics.
That's kind of an impossible position to be in.
It is, like, it's hard. But they were receiving very clear, actionable, like, here are things you could and should have done differently as a DM running any kind of D&D campaign. Of, like, hey, maybe you should have your players interact together in a scene. Maybe you should let your players make a decision about where to go. And one of the running things was anytime the players tried to do anything, a super powerful NPC would shut them down and stop them. The players would then turn to that powerful NPC either in the same episode or in a later episode and say, hey, can you help us with this? And that same super powerful NPC would immediately start going, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Like, I don't know if I'm able to do that. Like, I might not have the ability to do that. It's like, you're powerful enough to stop these 3 college freshmen and just, like, teleport them around and make them do whatever the fuck you want under threat of death, but also you can't, like, help them at all.
It's just an abusive relationship, you know?
Oh my god, it was. And Travis was abusing the fans. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Our next segment is Better Buddies Recommend, where we recommend a piece of media to enjoy.
Clearly not anything by the McElroy brothers in the last 6 years.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I can't speak
I
for
don't,
my
I don't know
brother,
if
my
I would
brother,
generalize. Yeah, I don't know if I would generalize quite that much. I haven't listened to too much from them recently, but
I do know it's become a running joke on the Taz Circle Jerk subreddit that you can't expect them to do that much work. They have children. Because, like, their total creative output has really, really, really cut back to the point where, like, if you generally analyze what they do to other podcast and creative space people, they're probably working 20 to 30 hour weeks at most, and realistically probably 15 to 20, and maintaining their lifestyles. And more than once in the last couple of years on their video game podcast that 2 of the 3 do with 2 of their other friends, there's a video game they're supposed to talk about. They'd just be like, yeah, I didn't have time to play that. And it's like, my brother, your one job for this podcast is to play that video game, because that's what you're going to talk about that week.
yeah.
But no, I'm recommending The Odyssey. It's much better.
Oh,
Absolute cinema to clear my palate. Talk about an absolutely cinematic masterpiece of joy, where I can't name a single actor, actress, or anybody involved in the movie that did anything wrong with it. Except maybe the sound mixing guy, and frankly, I blame the theater on that one.
Yeah, that's probably an issue with the theater. That and the one scene with a lot of flashing lights that's not an actor's fault at all, but that played very harshly in a theater. But other than those 2 things, it was very good.
It was a thunderstorm scene, and the lightning effects were very good, but also it's like, oh, you're staring into a bunch of lightning, which means a bunch of white flashes in the screen, so don't have epilepsy.
Yeah, like, flashing lights usually don't bother me that much, but that scene did bother me. There probably should have been some sort of, like, forewarning about it. But it probably will not be as wild on, like, a home screen.
The one negative, the other mommy. Fuck that trailer. Fuck that fucking
really
trailer.
Good, though.
No, fuck that. Fuck that movie.
It was like, okay,
it was too good.
There's been, I feel like, a ton of horror movies recently. I'm not a big horror guy in general, but I feel like there's been a ton of horror movies where it's like, I don't know, the premise is kind of scary, but then, like, when stuff gets revealed, then it's suddenly, like, not scary anymore, and it's kind of weird and dumb. But this like the trailer on its own had me very scared throughout the whole thing, like scared and uncomfortable. And I think that's what a horror movie should do. And hopefully they didn't just blow their load with all the stuff they put in the trailer.
And that's why I
And
didn't
there's,
fucking
like,
like it, because I
actually-
don't like fucking horror movies.
It was very uncomfy.
John, I don't know if you've seen or heard of this, but it's a horror movie. This scene opens up with the little girl in a kit is sneaking some ice cream from the kitchen for lunch as like the mom comes in to the house as the little girl's like standing in the kitchen doorway, and the mom's like, "Oh, I thought I'd come home and have lunch with you." And the little girl's got the ice cream behind her back. She's like, "Oh, well, why don't we make some pasta? It's your favorite." And it just gets fucking weird from there. And the mom keeps telling the kid, like, why won't you open your heart to me? Why won't you let me in? Why won't you let me in? As the mom is just like standing there, tears starting to stream down her face, and the kid is like watching, and it keeps cutting to shots of the pasta water, like with the pasta in it boiling away, until finally a smoke alarm goes off, and the dad comes in and sees the smoke and like the pot on the stove. He's like, "Oh, honey, did you try to make pasta yourself? You shouldn't cook by yourself." And the mom's nowhere to be seen. And he walks over to the daughter, and the mom is like crunched up body horror style under the table, like hiding.
John, you should watch the trailer. It's
Don't.
very uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable.
And like I knew something was off, like from the way they filmed the stove being turned on. It was like, oh, this is gonna get creepy. And I was not disappointed.
Ugh.
I'm not a big horror movie guy myself, but I'll have to check that out.
Like hopefully there's like more actual scary, creepy stuff in the movie that wasn't in the trailer. Because it would be really disappointing for it to all have been in there.
It was lots of shots of this other mother showing up in odd places and in creepy ways and throwing people around, like through glass doors. But it was worth the price of seeing the Odyssey. Tom Holland?
Oh yeah.
Anne
Excellent.
Hathaway?
Mhm.
Just the entire fucking cast of the Odyssey?
Yeah, it was great.
I'd like to go see that this week.
Go. You won't regret it. John Bernthal? John Leguizamo? Just so good.
Hours and 52 minutes?
It
It's
does not
really
feel like it.
good.
A weeknight?
It does not feel like it at all. Like, the only thing that took me out of the timing was I felt my phone notifications vibrate a couple times. Like, if I had my phone completely turned off, I don't think I would have really realized how much time had passed. Highly recommend. Anyway, who'd like to go next?
I can, and I have a kind of dual thing depending. Have you guys seen the new Avatar movie yet?
No, I have not.
The Na'vi Avatar.
No,
James
the
Cameron
good
Avatar?
one.
Last Airbender one. Came out
Oh wait,
Friday, so
is it animated?
yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen it, but I've seen a trailer for it and it looked really good.
Okay. I won't talk about it then if you guys haven't seen it. We can save that for a later week. Other recommendation is much shorter. I was doing a bunch of game dev stuff this last week. And during it, I found some nice new background music.
Oh.
Ooh.
And it's the best part of YouTube, fan covers of music. It's just Minecraft music, but it's Pink Floyd.
Okay.
So basically just like Minecraft stuff a little reimagined with like extended guitar solos. Pretty much.
Hell yeah.
So I'll put a link to the playlist in my normal summary message.
Awesome. How'd you
That's it.
stumble across it?
Recommended.
Nice.
Because it's like the Super Mario 64 Nirvana and Mario 64
Oh,
stuff
gotcha.
from the other. Like I love listening to that kind of stuff. So it just comes up.
Hell yeah. Tanner?
Well, let's see. The really only media that I've consumed since last we spoke has been more Pal World, which was my recommendation last week, and also the Odyssey. I mean, they're both excellent. Pal World 1.0 has
Power
been
World
great.
1.0 was different. We played last Wednesday, and I think it's different enough to get back into it.
Oh yeah, they have added a lot. It's crisp. It's very good.
Oh, it's like coming out of early access now.
It's officially
It is
1.0,
out of-
baby.
Yeah, it is out of early access.
I don't think I even realized it was in early access at any point.
You can go to the World Tree now. That's the end game.
Oh.
Yeah, the World Tree that's been there the whole time that you could go look at and never get to. You can get to it now.
Yggdrasil.
The end game is fighting Nintendo lawyers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And winning.
They are winning. Thanks to other fan games.
Yep. You could do like a version of this podcast of like Better Buddies Plays where we all get on a game and play.
Hell yeah.
And record. Doesn't have to be video. Could be video.
Well, I keep meaning to get together a group to do Better Buddies Presents Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, we just sit down and we'd have to all agree to sit down and do it in one go.
Oh, of course.
People would volunteer to take specific parts, and then we would just run Romeo and Juliet, no breaks, no redos, one take. If we divert, we divert.
Suddenly turns into 12th Night halfway through.
And you know what? If the copy I download off the internet is wrong, we roll with it and improvise and adapt and overcome.
I mean, I'd probably just have my copy in front of me.
Yeah, I'd probably... What I figured was I'd find like the free copy on like Project Gutenberg or whatever, download that, and then email it out to everybody so everybody's got the same copy.
Or you take several different editions
Okay, I'm listening.
all together.
Everybody's got their own edition in front of them.
Hell yeah. One of us has Star Wars Shakespeare. And is just reading random lines from that.
Romeo and Juliet? Cool, I'll be R2-D2.
Nothing's changed, just R2-D2 is there as well.
As long as you don't read his asides, it makes as much sense as anything.
Yeah.
Just like classic Shakespearean Romeo and Juliet, but R2-D2 is also there.
Yeah. Well, because in Star Wars, like the Shakespearean Star Wars, R2-D2 does all the beeps and squeals, but then occasionally does an aside to the audience every so often to just be like, and now I do this to help my master. Or, C-3PO is such a fool. I'll teach him a lesson.
Yeah. He's a little mischievous guy.
So if you just leave those parts out, yeah, he'll fit right in. R2-D2 is playing the role of Mercutio. Oh, hell yeah. No, I've been wanting to do some like more stuff for the YouTube channel on that vein, but it's been one of those things where I'm like, I need to sit down and plan it out, and that requires time and effort, and then I also need to get other people on board to do the thing. So it's a desire, because we also have to do the gum review at some point.
Yeah.
I keep putting that off because it's going to involve buying gum, and we all have to buy chewing gums to review. Ideally, the same gums, which means it'd work easiest if we got into a room together to do so.
This is true.
Or I sent everybody a packing list, and they had to go buy it before we recorded.
And we sit there and chew it loudly on air.
Yes.
Turn off the noise filter.
Well, it's about the flavor, and it's about the bubble. You know?
What about the mouthfeel?
I don't know how to blow bubbles.
Okay, I guess with the mouthfeel it is.
No, let's go.
Because some gums, like those like Trident layers or whatever, have just a horrendous mouthfeel.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be a flavor and mouthfeel roll. Because, like, I love me some of the double bubble, like, pink with the yellow wrapper. But yeah, I'm also now 30 almost. And one of those pieces is both so goddamn sugary, and also my jaw muscles are aching after about 30 seconds. Because it's just rubber. So yeah, we'll work on some projects. Tanner, maybe sometime you and I can sit down and do a video game recording.
Okay. I'm good with that. I don't, as long as you don't need me to also record the video game.
I mean, as long as people are okay with just my view, we could have as many people as we want then.
Like, I don't know, if I ever get around to upgrading my setup, then, like, maybe I could also record something, but, like,
Yeah.
my thing struggles to stream Switch games.
Not us doing some planning for this show live on episode. How professional.
Yeah,
our
you can edit it
professionalism
out
is
if you
showing.
want to.
I'm not going to.
All right, perfect. Cinema verite.
Our next segment is How to Be a Better Buddy, where we give some real and some humorous advice. Our first question this week: what would you do if you bumped into a TikTok internet celebrity who insisted you ought to recognize her and says to stop pretending you don't know her?
Probably play along.
I would look for the camera. Maybe. But yes, probably play along too.
I've just had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad thought. I would also play along in the absolute worst possible direction and just be like, oh yeah, I recognize you. You eat your own hair, right? Just like something completely wild that is not what you want to be recognized for. To just be like, oh yeah, I do recognize you, but not for the reasons they want to be recognized.
Oh yeah, you're in the video where people are pouring honey over your feet.
Oh yeah, you're in the Epstein files.
Yeah, you're the one from the Epstein files.
Didn't I see you getting off a plane with Epstein and Benjamin Netanyahu?
Yep, that's me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah!
It is probably easier and more fun to just play into it, play along with whatever they're doing.
You can deny. I think you can deny. Just be like, no, I don't recognize you. If you want to play in a little bit but still say no, just say no. I won't stop pretending. I don't want to be seen recognizing you.
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah. Like, because frankly, TikTok celebrity is a very, very small window of people where I'd consider genuine celebrity. Like, I think the only one I could think of right now that I would generally say, yeah, that guy's getting close to fame and fortune, is that guy that does the subway takes.
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. He's also on YouTube Shorts. I know him from there.
I know him from Facebook Reels.
So if you're on any one of those platforms, you're on like all of them.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if you see him on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, it's all the same content going to all platforms.
Yeah.
I saw his one with Mayor Mamdani.
Wow, very different people.
Very different people. Very different people. I know which one I prefer. But no, it was.
You'll never tell which one it is.
It was Mayor Mamdani, but it was pre-election. It was during the campaign, and it was very interesting and entertaining to watch. Of like the pointing out of like, here's what they're saying. Here's why it's not true. That one and. There's a really Woody Harrelson was on once. I caught one with Woody Harrelson where Woody Harrelson's just like supporting the all about supporting the lower class and how it needs support against the bourgeois. And he's like, Woody, aren't you part of the bourgeois now? And he was like, yeah, I know I am, but I can't help it. It's too late for me. Save yourselves. But I'm paraphrasing a heavily lot, but it was a joking, lightheartedly being like, yes, genuinely believe the lower class and workers need their rights given back and their support, with the recognition of, like, I'm a rich celebrity and I have no standing to say, like, yeah, as much as I support, I'm on that side of the line. But yeah, shitty people who believe they're internet celebrities and you don't recognize, you don't have to do shit about it. So play into it if you want to have the fun. And if not, go about your day. What are they going to do about it?
Harass you.
And then you can call the cops.
Hooray.
Don't call the cops.
Fine, call mercenaries. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Is that what they mean by privatize the police?
Probably.
Our next question. Why is it so bad to have an AI girlfriend? With the further details, I have recently again gotten into an argument with my friends, and I have reason to believe I am at risk of being completely socially ostracized simply for the fact that I have an AI girlfriend, parentheses, as well as an anime body pillow, but I've been chewed out on Reddit for that enough at this point. I thought that fellow males would be more understanding, but they all made fun of me endlessly. I'm an involuntarily celibate male, parentheses, I do not hate or blame women for anything, I am simply unsuccessful due to a variety of genetic factors, and it is natural that a woman would want me to mate with men. That it is natural that a woman would want to mate with men of better genetic potential. I'm not asking for any quote-unquote Riz advice or just gym /therapy /touchgrass /PUA /etc. bro comments. And the simple fact is that for most of history, only 40% of men have reproduced compared to 80% of women. If AI girlfriends are an, albeit imperfect, substitute for 3D girlfriends for the large percentage of leftover men to be able to feel some semblance of intimacy, what is wrong with that?
This question is so sad.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there.
First and foremost, you have an imaginary friend. That's what that is. It's an imaginary girlfriend. It's the girlfriend that lives in Canada.
The girlfriend that harvests your data and sells it to advertising companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually worse than having a girlfriend that lives in Canada that doesn't exist.
It's something I was actually thinking about earlier today on a similar vein. And by earlier today, I mean when I was preparing the notes for this episode and looking at Reddit like 5 minutes before we started recording. Somebody was posting something about, like, how do I be happy when I'm single? Like, how can I make myself be happier when I'm single? And I had the thought of, like, your relationship status should not, and is not the linchpin of your emotional state. That's something I've definitely worked on in my life to reach a similar state, but, like, you being happy is, to an extent, a choice. You may not enjoy being single and some of the downsides that come with it, such as having to pay more for rent, the lack of romantic interactions that couples have, but whether you're unhappy or happy is ultimately something you choose. Whether you focus on the parts you enjoy of being single, such as you have time for your hobbies, you have a presumably prodigious social life, given you have friends that are about to ostracize you for the fact that you have an AI girlfriend. Like, focus on the positives. On top of that,
Yeah, like,
it doesn't sound like you want to have a girlfriend. Tanner, you were going to say?
I was, shoot, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, like, there's a difference between being lonely and being miserable. Like, it's totally fine to feel lonely sometimes when you're not in a relationship. But, like, that doesn't mean your feelings in general should be tied to that, because then that just leads to, like, a codependent relationship where you're depending on your partner to set your mood for you. And that's unhealthy
For everyone
on its own
involved.
also. Yeah. But yeah, that I don't get the feeling that this person doesn't want a real girlfriend. I think they, like, assuming this is real, this is someone who is, like, kind of dipping their toe into black pill incel stuff.
Dipping their toe?
Yes, because okay, and the reason I say dipping their toe is because it's like they seem like they're true believers, but don't seem angry about it yet.
Okay, fair.
They're and so they're kind of trying to rationalize to themselves why they don't have one, not that they don't want one. Like, yeah, not that they don't want a relationship with a real person. Just trying to be like, well, it hasn't happened yet. I'm just too ugly and feeling like wallowing in that. And like, don't get me wrong. I've been very close to going down that path before too. It's not a good
Same.
one.
No. I will, to anybody who's willing to listen, I will happily extrude the virtues of having friends and being involved in activities in high school that forced me to socialize with people. Because I am 100% certain if I was not on the swim team, if I was not in band, and if I did not have my very good friends, I would have been a full-fledged incel. And there were some points where I was scary close.
Yeah. And like, just because you haven't met like the right person to be in a relationship with doesn't mean that there aren't. If you want to be in a relationship, you can and probably will at some point find someone who also wants to be in a relationship with you. But like, if you don't, like, there's nothing wrong with not being in a relationship, or there's nothing wrong with choosing to be single forever either.
And I think part of it too is reading through the like unsuccessful due to a variety of genetic factors. Genetics can play a part, but it makes it sound very self-loathing, self-hated, down on themselves. Of like, you need to do some practice on loving yourself first. Like,
Absolutely.
Because one of the classic like tropes is a conventionally unattractive man with a conventionally attractive woman, but between both fiction and real life, when that typically happens, it's because of confidence and personality. Because she's not as shallow as you're assuming, and he has the confidence and personality and all the things of, hey, I'm just generally a good person who is fun to be around, that makes it worthwhile to spend more time around him.
Yeah, I was actually gonna touch on a similar, like that same kind of trope.
Yeah,
Of like the unattractive man thing, and it's like,
not to get too far into this, but one example of it that always really stuck with me was actually in Harry Potter. In book 4, they introduce the like whatever the myth, like almost like leprechauns, but they're like these women who are extremely like siren level beautiful. And one of the French characters, her mom is one of those, and her dad, they describe as being this like really unattractive man. And everybody's kind of like, how did he pull this off? Like, how did he get into this relationship with such a like supermodel level beautiful woman? And it turns out, oh, he makes her laugh. Like, he's funny. And really emphasizes.
I don't remember
like,
that part of the books.
It's not
That's
big.
illegal, though.
It's not it's not significant. I just have a weirdly I spent so long as a child immersed in Harry Potter that I have a interesting level of knowledge about it.
I can corroborate this.
I was also obsessed with Harry Potter as a kid. I just don't remember that specific instance, which is not super surprising if it was a small bit.
In the 4th movie, because part of it is that the Quidditch World Cup, they've got some of those people, like some of those women are at the cup, and they're like singing and being very attractive and all that stuff. And then when like things go wrong, they turn to like banshees and scream, and everybody covers their ears. And Mr. Weasley makes it a point to be like, "And that, boys, is why you don't go on looks alone."
Oh yeah, that was another point I was gonna have, was like, you may like you can't expect to be in like a relationship with like a really hot woman and a really, if you're kind of an unattractive guy, like you should be attracted to your partner, but there's more to attraction than looks as
Yes.
well.
Yeah. And like that's not we haven't even gotten into like the AI aspect of this, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's just an imitation of someone. That's
it's not even an imitation, it's a mirror. It's a funhouse mirror.
yes, that is true.
Cuz it will never disagree with you. Which at that point you don't want a relationship because a relationship the person's going to disagree with you at some point or say no or tell you you're wrong. And this you just want a yes person to just say yes and constantly tell you that they love you. That's not healthy.
Yeah, like assuming you're paying for this thing, like you might as well just be like paying a cam girl or
Oh my god, the money! I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you might as well like pay a human who can use the money. Like, damn, as opposed to fucking AI. Well, that's one of the things too. Like, because of the stupid fucking Google ad service that pops up on like mobile games. Every so often, it'll try and be like, "Oh, here's an AI chat girlfriend app." I'm like, "Fucking no, get that shit out of here." But so often, it's either using like cartoon characters, or it's like one version of it I seen really was like spot the fake, as trying to be like, "Oh, our AI chatbots are just as attractive as real women." And at that point, it's like, they had to make this image of a woman from some other woman. And that's just weird. Like, at least with the cartoon characters, you know it's fake, a fake cartoon, but like, if it's a realistic looking, photorealistic woman that your AI is supposed to look like, again, like Tanner said, just go fucking pay a cam girl so she can like buy a car or something.
yeah, if it like I if you're like just looking for kind of the sexual excitement, sexual gratification, like just fucking watch porn and pretend you're in it or something.
Just go save
That's
up and spend money on one of those super fucking fancy toys that like Bluetooth links to your goddamn phone.
that's kind of another level of weird.
It's another level of weird, but like, I'd rather they did that than had a fucking AI that they're getting talked up by. At least that's supporting industry. And some sweatshop. I've just had a brilliant idea, guys. Alright. Tech industry, this one's for you. Free of charge. Just take it. You'll get there eventually on your own. AI data centers need water for cooling purposes, yes? That is agreed upon?
Are you gonna have it collect people's semen and use that to cool it?
No! So much worse. They also need power, yes?
Wait, how is this worse?
Hang on, we're getting there.
Okay.
So,
yeah, they need
you
power.
put a bunch of exercise bikes and treadmills on the floor above the data center. People on the bikes generate the power for the data center, and it siphons the sweat off for the cooling system. That way you can still get your sweatshop manual labor third world country bullshit in there.
I mean, I guess that would create jobs, but that like
No,
then,
not jobs,
then
Tanner. This is indentured servitude. Or like a quarter a day. Like, it's the only way we'll get them to stop putting it in the United States is if we can tell them, hey, you can abuse a poorer country to do it.
I can't say I'm on board with this.
No, you're not on board with child labor?
No, I don't think I am. That feels like feels like a no-go for me.
I think the spirit of James is inhabiting me right now. But yeah, that's my terrible idea. Tech industry, like I said, have that one for free. We know you'll get there eventually. So just take the shortcut, make all our lives easier so we know it's coming. John, do you have any thoughts on this question? You've been pretty quiet.
I mean, you guys were pretty thorough. I don't know if I have anything specific to add. The more I read it, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Like, the guy's just making a lot of assumptions, I guess, especially with the genetic potential stuff. Like, not all women want kids, so genetic potential doesn't really matter all the
True.
time.
Also, humanity's been around for how many thousands of fucking years, and your genetic potential got this far among it.
That is true. Yeah. I'm also just wondering, like, what kind of place you need to be in to know those stats.
Oh, a lot of really bad subreddits.
Yeah.
That
So-
also aren't based on actual true science.
Yeah, like
Very cherry
have you seen like the subreddit? I don't even know if I should be bringing this
Hmm.
up on a podcast, but like it's called like True Rate Me or something, where they use quote unquote objective standards to like
I
What?
think I've seen that
rate
once or
someone's face on a scale of like 1 to 10.
But there are no objective standards in attractiveness. You
Yeah,
can
I
only
know.
compare it to conventional modern, like, you can only compare it to conventional current beauty standard trends, which change in a matter of minutes to hours to years to decades.
Yeah, no, it's basically like they'll whip out like measurements and like symmetry and stuff, and it's basically just modern phrenology.
Symmetry,
But
fucking.
like
The fucking. What's his. Tom Cruise has a fucking middle tooth.
well, yeah, they would probably rate Tom Cruise like a 5 or a 6.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, on that note, thank you both for joining this week.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Love you both.
Love you too.
Me too.
Thank you to the band Problem of Interest for letting us use the song Living in the Moment off the album Cross Off Yesterday. You can find them on iTunes and Spotify. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever fine podcasts are sold. We're also on social media. Our Facebook is Better Buddies. Our Instagram is Better Buddies Cast, where we post updates about the show. Our email is betterbuddiescast@gmail.com. You can send us fan art, hate art, fan mail, hate mail, declarations of love and or war, icebreakers you want us to answer, or questions you need advice on. And last but not least, be a better buddy. It's one of the things I'm like, I try not to be old man yells at clouds about, but I'm kind of like, this seems like a problem with Commander right now that this happens. That, like, the design theme is so aimed at Commander.
It just helps them sell more cards.
That's true.
Hello.
Right, Tanner?
Sure.
Yeah, that is right.
I don't even care. I'll sign anything.
So, you're a Republican congressman.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good
I
way to
mean-
make money, actually.
I think you could just get rid of the Republican qualification there, to be honest.